Good morning. Good morning. Well, all right. We're ready to get started here. So much going on today. Here we go. Okay. Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Millionaire Mentorship class number 421. Wow. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. And thank you for being a part of our mastermind session, our mastermind team on Zoom. Our topic for today is master your time, master your life. This is a very powerful topic because time is that great equalizer. Everybody, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're white, black, red, everybody has the same resource called time. And say, time is the only resource that's equally distributed, yet unequally managed. Put it like that. So every person, rich, poor, all of us have 24 hours in the day, have 60 minutes in our hours, have 60 seconds in our minutes. Wow. The essence, though, of life and the essence of success is what you do with those hours, with those minutes, with those days. And so that is our topic today. We're going to be really looking at how, when you master your time, your life is automatically in order. I invite you, of course, this is Dr. Herbert Harris, and I invite you, of course, to our website, herbertharris.com, and invite you to set up a complimentary success consultation. I know that many of us right now are on the precipice of what's next in our lives. If there's one question that I find so many people are asking is like, what's next for me in my life? Well, reach out to me on our success consultation and we can help you find the answer. Before we get started, and I'd love to do a meditation just to get us centered and pull us away from all the things that are going on in the outside world so that we're on one page, one accord. So let's sit straight up in our seats, put our feet flat upon the floor. Put your hands palm down upon your knees. Close your outer eyes. Open your inner eyes. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And in this peaceful state, my mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let us affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And so it is. Wow. You know, when I deal with time, that's one of those underlying aspects of life, one of those underlying aspects of success. I often think of time as a great river, the river of time that flows into the sea of eternity. And we are boats on the river of time. You can't get out the river, you can't get off the river, but you're in the river. The choices we make in the river of time determine how the boat that is our lives is directed. And so when we look at this idea, if time is that equal resource, that all of us have the same number of hours in every day, the same number of minutes in every hour, we have to say, well, why is it that some people build empires? Some people build legacies. Other people make excuses. Some people get stuck and don't go anywhere at all. And the difference is how you use your time. You see, time is God's gift to us. It's like God puts us on the river of time. What we do with that time is our gift to God. How do we navigate the boat that is our life on the river of time? There's no way to get off the river. So even when you don't make a decision, when you don't make a choice is made. And so the question is, you don't master life. You must master time first. Because when you master your time, you literally take authority over your life. Time is itself. Let's say this now. Time is life unfolding from moment to moment. So when we're born, we have a consciousness. We're aware of time. We're aware of our existence. And as we move through this time paradigm, this river of time, we are confronted with the different stages of life. For example, as a child, as you act as a child, you think as a child, and as a child, our time is basically handled by our parents. It's designed to teach us, to guide us, to protect us. As a child, the first three words you learn are no, stop, and don't. And these really apply to time. Stop doing this. No, don't touch that. As we mature and become people, adults, as they say, when you become an adult, you put away childish things. And the one thing that really comes into place is that you now take control of your time. We have many kids who often want to stay home and, 40, 50 years still living at home. And a part of that is not taking control of their time and thus not taking control of their lives. So how you use your time is how you use your life. When people say, I don't have time, and we live in a busy world, I don't have time, they're really saying that's not a priority. So when, as a writer, many of us, I coach writers, and writers often say, I just don't have, I got a story inside. I have a book I want to write. Yeah, you have time, but you have not made writing a priority. So time is about choices on how you prioritize your activities, the activities of living. When you begin to see time as life, your decisions now begin to change. You become more intentional because now you say, hey, what I do with my time determines where I am next week, where I am next year, determines the condition of my family, of myself, of my finances. You become more disciplined. The moment you look at time as life, so when you let time slip away, you're letting life slip away. When you take control of time, you're taking control of your life. You become much more disciplined. You become much more selective. And so we change our paradigms. We stop saying, well, what do I feel like doing today? And we ask the question, what does my purpose require of me today? Let's put it in the instant. What does my purpose require of me right now? You know, The Purpose-Driven Life, that's a great book. The idea that at some point you want to evolve in your consciousness to the point where your purpose is pulling you. Sandra used to say, your job makes you get up. You don't need an alarm clock. You may have it for backup, but if you notice, I guarantee you, if you're up at 8 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock in some places, you do not depend on an alarm clock. Your purpose wakes you up and gets you moving. And so what we find is that even as a writer, when I coach writers, I say to them, don't wait until you feel inspired. You don't have control over the inspiration, but you have control over your time. And so if you would like to write your book, then take the time to do it. Schedule 2 or 3 hours in the morning, 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. Operative word, schedule. And so you commit from 9 to 12, I'm going to be at my computer every day, Monday through Friday. At night from 7 to 10, I'm going to be working on my book. I'll be at my computer. If I guarantee that if you take control of your time in that way and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, the inspiration will come and the book will get done. So success is not created in years, it's created in days, what you do from day to day. In fact, success is created in minutes. Happiness is created in minutes. Your purpose is manifested in minutes. And our minutes are governed by our choices. You know, the great time question as to what to do with your time right now is, what is the best use of my time right now when I consider my goals, my vision, and my purpose? And then once you ask and answer that question, then act accordingly. There's an illusion of busyness versus focus. And one of the things you hear from so many people, and I know some people say, Dr. Harris, you're always busy. In fact, we live in a culture that glorifies busy. I think the mindset, the vision of success now is a hard-driving person who's working and pushing and always busy, got thousands of things to do all the time. I was in a meeting and this fellow's missed about 4 meetings and his excuse is always, I'm overbooked. Well, who's doing your booking? You're booking yourself. You have an assistant or a secretary, somebody's in charge of your booking. So how can you be overbooked? Because that meeting is not a priority for you. People make excuses when they don't prioritize their time. But let me give you a kind of a shift in perspective. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Woo-hoo. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Busyness is often a result of disorganized activity. There are people who spend more time finding stuff. One of the purposes of organization is that you have stuff organized. So every talk we have has a folder. All these Saturday mornings that we've done our talks, every talk has a folder, has the notes from that talk in it, has the quotes from that talk in it. If I were not organized, I'd be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So busyness is often a result of disorganization, finding stuff, looking for stuff. Productivity is an intentional activity. Productivity results from intentional activity. And so when we talk about creating the life we desire, how we use the time that is available, the productivity of that time is what makes all the difference in our lives. If we just go through the motion, nothing happens. There are a lot of people who are busy and broke. There are a lot of people who are busy and stuck. There are a lot of people who are busy and totally unfulfilled, just unhappy, but yet busy. So activity without direction leads to frustration. And I'll add it. Activity without direction leads to stagnation. And so when we do all of these things, but without a direction, without an intentional outcome desired, you get stuck. To master time requires focus. Now, there's an interesting piece here. Focus requires an objective. You have to be focused on something. So to be a master of time, you must be focused on your goals. And your goals are the stair steps to your vision. So let's go back to the scripture. The scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Now we say why. See why. Because if you have no vision, then you don't make goals, because there's nowhere to go, so you don't need any steps to get there. But they say, when you have no direction, any road will do. So if you have no vision, then you have no goals. If you have no goals, then you cannot be focused. So it all comes back to your vision. What is the vision you have of yourself? Many times we waste our time because we don't have a vision of who we would like to be, what we would like to do, what we would like to become. And without that vision, it does not work. So I implore each and every one of you today, if your vision is not clear, if your goals are not written, you cannot be focused. You can focus on frivolous things. You can focus on time wasters. You can permit other people's distractions to pull you off. But as far as your life, you've just given control to somebody else and to something else. So being focused means to have that vision, to have those goals, and now you have something to give your attention to so that you can say no to distractions, so that you can say no to people who don't align with what you're doing, so that you can say no to activities that don't align with your purpose, with your goals, with your vision. You can even say no to good things because they're just not the right things for you based on where you want to go and the person you want to become. And see, there's so much power in focus. Where focus goes, power flows. The universe is all about energy. Everything is energy. You know, conceptually, energy, E, equals M manifestation times the speed of light squared. That's basically the Einstein formula for converting mass into energy and energy into mass. So energy and mass are interchangeable. And so when you have an intention to do something particular, something important, you're literally giving your energy to it, which then helps it to manifest in your life. Think about this, the things that you've deeply desired. I mean, like, I can't sleep or eat without working on this particular goal. Those things manifested. I guarantee you that everything you wanted deep in your heart, deep in your spirit, you got it. So when you focus your time through the choice of activities, your energy now aligns. Your results begin to accelerate and multiply. Your life begins to move forward with purpose. There comes a shift where now your purpose starts pulling you. You're pushing, but your purpose is pulling you. So in this environment, you begin to create a harmonic relationship between yourself and your purpose, and that harmonic relationship is facilitated by the choices you make and the actions you take. So once you start working, like they say, you're working on purpose, you're working on your goal, you're working on your vision, stuff starts happening. There's a book called A Course in Miracles, and one of the foundations of that whole course is that miracles are always there. We just have to get our level of consciousness to the point where we can see them. And so the results are always there. We just have to have our attention so focused that we don't slow down, we don't stop. So then time mastery is not about perfection at all. Like, I got to do it right. It's about discipline. I got to do it consistently. It's about discipline. It's about doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Muhammad Ali was talking about how much he hated training camps. They'd go up into the northern upstate New York. Lana Shabazz was one of my clients, and she used to go up there for like 8 weeks in a training camp and cook, and his diet had to be special. He had to get up and run 5 miles at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's cold. It's, all the nasty things about training. But it's because you train that you have what it takes to win. So most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lack consistency. So many of us, we start strong, but we don't stay strong. I'm going to say that again. We start strong, but we don't stay strong. To become the person that you were designed to be and created to be, you must be disciplined, and you must not only start strong, you must stay strong. It's like going to the gym. One of my friends is on Instagram this morning, and Kenya Crooks, he's a personal trainer to many of the stars. And you don't come to Kenya and say, let's do 100 push-ups right now, and we're going to run 5 miles today. No. You start and you work your way up. You do that consistently. All right, we're going to do 2 push-ups. You haven't done a push-up in 10 years. Let's just do 2 today. Okay. You haven't walked a mile ever. Okay, let's do 2 blocks. And so start so that you can stay strong. Start strong and stay strong. Time mastery requires a daily structure. And this is where the battle is won or lost. In that daily structure, we must learn how to govern each and every moment of each day instead of reacting to it. Sometimes you look at your watch and you're like, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock. The last time I consciously looked at where I was, it was 2 o'clock. How did I get here? That's because you gave up control of your time. You gave up that intentionality. So this idea of a daily structure, we must learn to govern each day, govern each hour, govern each moment instead of reacting to it. I'm going to give you 3 practical steps. Number 1, to start your day with intention. Now, there's a prerequisite to this. We keep talking about it, and every time you don't do it, you'll see the results. The prerequisite to starting your day with intention is to have laid the day out the night before. We talk about it. Every success book you will ever read will tell you, lay out your day the night before. List the activities that must be performed. Schedule when those activities must be done. Allow enough time to complete each one of those activities. And so when you start the day with intention now, you don't wake up and drift into your day. You wake up excited now because you know exactly what you have to do that day. When you've laid it out the night before, you have literally created a vision in your subconscious mind, and that's energy. That vision is energy, and that energy starts working in the universe to bring about what you're seeking to accomplish that next day. I know for myself, there are days when I get lazy. You have one of those days where you do a hospital run or 2 hospital runs. You give a talk in the morning. You had a committed seminar at night. You're worn out. You didn't get much rest the night before. And here it is, 11 o'clock, and you're exhausted. And it's like, oh, my goodness. I just got to go to bed. When you do that, you wake up that next day without that list, without that schedule, and without the benefits of that subconscious activity to work on what you had to do. And so each and every day, lay the day out the night before so that you know what matters most. You have your priorities in order. You know what must be accomplished that day as it fits into the scheme of things for your overall trajectory. You know who you need to become that day. There's some days when you need to just be silent, be quiet. I need to be the person that can listen to other people's challenges. Number 2, identify high-value activities. We call them IPAs, income-producing activities. I like to make that a little broader and call it RPAs, results-producing activities. Now, we always get results, but when I say results-producing activities, the results that you want. Okay? So when you've laid out that night, your action plan the night before, the things that you put down are the results you would like to experience in your life. And so these results now should be high priority activities, high priority stuff. Everything does not deserve your time. Focus on those things that move your life forward towards where you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have. Focus on those activities that lead you toward your purpose, your income goals, your health goals, your relationship goals. In other words, the life that you would like to live should be the vision that you hold dearly in your mind, which should be the things you focus on with intention to be disciplined about to bring them about. 3, protect your time. You see, time is such a valuable gift from God that you must protect it. It's your most sacred asset. You must guard it from distractions. How do you do that? By staying focused on your goals, by staying focused on what you have to do from moment to moment. You see, distractions don't stop you next week. Distractions are always real-time events. And so when you focus on your goals, when that distraction comes about, that shiny object, that person, that whatever that thing is, you just, what's the best use of my time right now? When I consider my goals, my vision, and my purpose and act accordingly. That's your commitment. Guard against unnecessary conversations. It's so easy to drop into a long conversation. You know, when you're in sales of any kind, you may have a list of people to call. I got to call 10 people today, 20 people today. And you get on and you start talking, and you end up spending 45 minutes or an hour talking with one person. Did that move you closer to your goals of 10 people for the day? No. Now, we often justify it by trying to give value to the time that we've, committed to something that was not in our direct path. But those are the kind of unnecessary things that you must be very discriminating and intentional about. Say, hey, I can't talk right now. Let's talk later. Guard against those energy draining commitments. There's some things that just drain you out. There's some activities, there's some relationships that drain you, so stay away from them. If you don't protect your time, somebody else will consume it. I'm going to say this again. If you do not protect your time, somebody else will consume it. Also, alignment. When you are focused on a particular outcome, and that outcome is your calling. And how do you know it's your calling? Because it feels right. It's something you do without getting paid for, something you love, something that brings you joy. When your vision is aligned with your calling, that alignment creates a harmonic vibration. I call it a harmonic relationship. So it's not just about the efficiency of your actions, it's the alignment of your actions with your vision, with your goals and your vision. And so when you're operating from a degree of alignment, this creates a harmonic relationship. And so there's like a spiritual vibration in the universe that adds to whatever you're doing, so that 1 + 1 is more than 2. It's an acknowledgement that you're not here by accident, that you're here for a purpose. So whenever you reaffirm the purpose of your being, it gives you an additional level of energy, an additional consciousness. When you get in that level where you're operating in alignment with your calling and with your being, then when you ask that question, am I spending time with what truly matters? That's answered. You can feel it inside. Am I investing my time in line with my calling? It should be yes, because now the results come forth. As they say, the proof is in the pudding. When you're doing the right thing for the right purpose at the right time, the results show up. Now, they may not show up when you think they're going to show up, but that's the power of discipline. Discipline says you will keep sitting at that table until that book comes to you. Discipline says you will keep swinging until you knock one out of the park. When we operate in this harmonic environment, it brings about a clarity, it brings about like a confidence inside, and it puts us in what we call the compound effect. One of the most powerful truths of time is that small, consistent actions over time create massive results. So what you do daily, when it becomes permanent, when you have a success routine where you don't have to think about most of the activities that are creating the life you love, wow. Then that means now that just a few hours, focused hours, can help you build your business bigger than ever before. A few intentional habits can transform your health, take care of your weight, take care of your high blood pressure. A few disciplined decisions can create a whole new vision of your life, a new manifestation, can take the vision you have to the next level. So just like money compounds, choices compound. You keep making the right decisions, you keep getting the right results. So let us wrap up. The question that we ask in time is not, what will I do today? It's really about, what am I doing today? Because we live life in a real-time situation. So we cannot manage time. We literally move forward in time. Time is going to move forward whether we agree or not. They can say it'll move forward either because it's our intentions or not. Time always moves forward. That when you manage yourself in time so that you are utilizing time to the maximum capacity, when you consider your goals, your vision, and your purpose, then you create that harmonic vibration that will take you where you want to go. So a quick review: time is life in motion. That it's about productivity rather than activity. That we must have a discipline and intentionality about our living, where we focus on results-producing activities, where we protect our time from distractions, where we align with our purpose, and where we experience the compound effect. You've heard some of the entertainers say, my life just blew up, man. Everything just blew up. You blew up large. Well, that's what happens. You blow up large. Because when you master your time and you focus on these results-producing activities, you master your habits, your decisions, your direction, you master your life. It takes me to the poem of Invictus. And the last verse, the last two verses, the last verse, it says, it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And that's the message today, folks. You are the captain of your time. You have the ability to take the gift from you that God has given and give that gift back to God by effective, intentional, consistent, disciplined actions focused on the vision, your purpose, and the goals that will lead you there. Doing this, time truly becomes your servant. Time truly becomes does your bidding to create the life you desire. Always knowing that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire. Always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is. Let's just take a deep breath for a moment and let it out. Thank you so much for being with us on Instagram, on YouTube. This program is one near and dear to my heart. I feel that most of us are having this experience of time. Our time, we all have the same amount of hours in each day, and how we use them is determined by the choices we make. This is Dr. Herbert Harris. Be sure to visit our website, herbertharris.com. Book a complimentary success consultation. Remember this, though. You have the power to be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is.